Femto-cells are very challenging smaller devices that transmits a lower power signals to provide indoor coverages for user or mobile users. And in order for you to use a femto-cell, you need a broadband connection to connect to the core network to provide the coverage, of course. But it's very challenging when it comes to interference issues, where dropped calls will occur or your calls will be delayed simply, and none of us would like to have any kind of dropped calls. And for that, we have designed a Matlab code or a graphical user interface to simulate the environment of a cellular system, just to test how the interference can be avoided, and later on how to test or also to prove that the femto-cell is very helpful when it comes to the capacity issues in the system. So here in our graphical user interface, we need to input or enter some parameters, like for example the frequency band. Let's give it 25 megahertz, 1 kilometer for cell diameter, 2 active calls, 3 minutes each, 10 gigahertz for bandwidth, and 1 alive user. The femto-cell location 2 in x-axis and 6 in, or let's put 6 in the y-axis, 8 watt, and then let's try to optimize or run the graphical user interface. So this is what we are going to see as a result of the simulation. So the system proposes a suitable frequency that it will not result any kind of interference later. Simply the frequency or the macro cell that has a frequency which produces a least bit error rate, or the least bit error rate will be assigned or reused in the femto-cell. As in this case, we can see here that the system recommended one specific frequency of cell 2, which exists in 2.5913 kilometers from the femto-cell, which also has a 0-bit error rate, as we can see here. The capacity graph per femto-cells, we can clearly observe that the number of users per cluster is increasing along with the increment of the femto-cells here. So the conclusion is that the interference that comes from either the macro cells or close by femto-cells can be avoided totally according to our GUI, or according to the experiment that we have done over here. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you.